Good day, I'm Andrea Chizom and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 17. Government will be introducing legislated gender quotas to address the lack of proportional representation of women in Parliament.
And also underrepresentation in local authorities and other positions of leadership to increase the participation by women in the relevant branches of governance, political decision-making, and socio-economic organizations.
The Gender Affairs Minister says this is part of temporary special measures which will be adopted to accelerate equality between men and women. In addition, there will be revision and amendments to existing legislation which in some instances are archaic and discriminatory,
to make them gender neutral and compliant with the language and guiding principles in the National Policy for Gender Equality, as well as commitments to regional and international agreements.
These measures are among 8 key priorities for action, which Minister Grange says will be rolled out during the short term. She made the announcement during an International Women's Day Business Forum held on Wednesday in Kingston. The twinning of industry and commerce with the agriculture portfolio has created a set of logistical centers in government to drive growth. That's according to the minister at the helm of the twinned ministries, Carl Samuda. He asserts that this move is the right fit for agro-industrial development and will enable the best use of the facilities and agencies to guarantee production standards and competitiveness. He says the ministry will be moving speedily to address requests by the private sector and business community to get business development and growth moving.
I will run an open door ministry. Anyone wishing to talk to me about a problem just have to come into my ministry. I'll make myself available to deal with the captains of industry, all persons involved from the micro to the large business sector, to ensure that together we can move this country economically ahead.
Minister Samuda says the administration will also be working to ensure the availability and access to lower interest rates for the business sector, greater use of technology, and linkages between the various industries. He was speaking on March 10 at the launch of Expo Jamaica 2016. Meanwhile, 350 exhibitors have already registered to participate in the 43rd staging of the biennial Expo Jamaica trade show. The exposition will be held at the National Arena and the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston from April 14 to 17. It's expected to attract 450 local and overseas buyers and more than 15,000 patrons.
Expo Jamaica 2016 will be one for the record. Our blueprint for reinvention has promised an event that will surpass all expectations.
New features this year include the Jamaica Tourist Board's Experience Jamaica display, a RADA Farmers Market, and Caribbean Brawlers Food Court and live streaming. The 4-day event is being jointly staged by the Jamaica Manufacturers Association, Jamaica Exporters Association, and Jamaica Promotions Corporation under the theme, The Business Hub of the Caribbean. Schools in the eastern parishes of Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. Thomas are to benefit from earthquake drills as part of the DCH Drop Cover Hold campaign. It's being organized by the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management ODPEM in partnership with the Ministry of Education.
The Drop Cover Hold campaign is not just for public education, but it's to ensure that all our stakeholders, particularly staff and students, are able to respond in the event of such an event.
Approximately 300 primary and high schools are expected to participate in the exercises. ODPEM Training Manager Cheryl Nichols says the drills will start at 11:08 a.m. on March 22 and 23.
We have created a scenario that is a magnitude 7.1 earthquake with its epicenter in Trinityville, St. Thomas. We are aware that one of our more active sites fault line exists within the eastern tip of the island. That's the Plantain Garden fault line, and therefore it's a reality that could become something we have to deal with.
Ms. Nichols and Assistant Superintendent Minto were speaking at a GIS think tank on Tuesday. Schools within the targeted parishes that are interested may visit the ODPEM's website at odpem.org to fill out a registration form. The activities form part of ODPEM's renewed focus to target disaster preparedness messages at the youth. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has sent out best wishes to the thousands of students taking the Grade 6 Achievement Test today and tomorrow. More than 39,000 students were registered to sit the Mathematics and Social Studies tests today. Tomorrow, they will tackle language arts, communication tasks, and the science. Mr. Holness entertained several GSAT candidates at the office of the Prime Minister yesterday as he sought to allay any fear or anxiety that they may have regarding the exams. The Prime Minister is also urging parents to support their children as they undergo what can sometimes be a very stressful examination exercise. And that's it for JIS News today. Amandra Chisholm, thank you for watching.